Welcome back to the Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton. My name's Connor Williams, and we're back with another live stream today on the channel, and it is the table predictor. I've got a Premier League table predictor for us, and we'll just be going through that. Hopefully, figuring out how we'll get on, where the table lies. I'll share my screen now so you can see it. But yeah, so let's get into this. Let's share my screen. 2 moments. Right, so as you can probably see, here is the table predictor. It's just loading up. Excuse the Wi-Fi. Yeah, so this is, I think this has got games still to play. I feel like it's going to ask me to do all of them. For these, I'm just going to, I guess, because I don't really think we need to worry about the likes of these, to be honest. So we'll play whatever this 29th game is here. This is us. This is the derby, so this is a good one to do. Again, these are just random. Unless they're around us, I'm not really all too concerned. So Wolves, Bournemouth, they're around us. Well, they're a little bit. They're a bit above us. If you look at the table here, we've got Arsenal 71. We've got us on 35 points, above the relegation zone. Brentford and Nottingham. This is changed due to the points being deducted. If I'm not mistaken, I double check. I'm sure we're not on 35 points though. As the points deduction the other day just puts us a little bit ahead, just a bit above the relegation zone. Yeah, so we are on 27 points, 2 points above the from the bottom. So we really are here, and Nottingham Forest are on 25, which is going to get a bit confusing, if I'm honest. We'll just have to remember they're on 25. This is 29, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They need to have 4 points taken off them because of the 4 they lost, and we need to have 35. We're on 27. We need to have our 8 taken off us, right? So it's just not got any of the points deductions for the entire season. Better to know that now than later. Right, so we'll just take the 8 and the 4 off for both teams. Wolverhampton, they're not really near us when I look at the full table. Palace are around us, so we'll go with this. Who do we think is going to win here then? Palace or Newcastle? Probably Newcastle, if I'm being honest. I can see Newcastle beating Palace. I don't think it'll quite be that dominating of a display, just because I think this Palace team they're a little bit better than what they were under Roy Hodgson, in my opinion. Brentford. I mean, Palace are near us. They're a point above Brentford. Unless anyone disagrees with the score, if you feel like it's a different score prediction for you, put it in and I'll go with the majority. This is the big one, the Merseyside derby. What do we think the score will be in the derby? If you're in the chat, feel free to put it in. I'll go off the first score I see in the chat. Otherwise, I'm just going to put my own prediction in. But let me know, what do you think will be the score prediction there? Merseyside derby at Goodison Park. Normally we do better in the Goodison derbies than we do the Anfield ones. My heart would love to say something like a draw, which is absolutely decimating that a draw is my best hope. I think we get beat. I'm hoping we can pull out a draw. We should have won. Was it last year? Connor Cody should have got a goal. So we could have won the derby last year. I'm really struggling to see me do anything more than 2-0 Liverpool here, to be honest. Just because we've not exactly been a high-scoring team. A goal against Burnley of a bit of luck and a bit of a blunder on Burnley and Burnley's keeper, Marek Toffee. So, United, Manchester United versus Sheffield. I could go with just a 1-0. No, I'll go 3-0 there. Sheffield United, I don't think really affect us. City Brighton, I'm going to go with a 2-1. I don't think, it mainly because it's not around us, so it doesn't really matter for the purpose of the video. Right, Newcastle, Tottenham. Going to go 1-0 Tottenham. Right, Brentford, Sheffield United does affect us. Brentford are really struggling this season, which absolutely shocks me. This one is tough. Brentford, Sheffield United. I think Brentford win. I think they win. But the best for us would be a draw, to be honest. So I'm gonna go with two. I'm gonna go with 1-1. This is just hopeful. To be honest, might be better, might be worse. But yeah, 1-1. I think will probably be a fair result there. Burnley, Brighton. I think Brighton beat Burnley. Burnley look down on their luck a little bit. I'm not yet to be. I wasn't impressed with them when they played us. I think they defensively don't look very good, and attacking wise, they don't look very good. I can't see them, doing much. Luton City. This is one of those where has this game not been played? Like recently, did they not play them? Was that at Kenilworth Road? I swear they just played recently. At the Etihad, I'm expecting like a 3-1. I can see Luton getting a goal. Forest, Wolves. I think this will be 2-1 to Wolves. I think Wolves should have enough in them to keep Forest off. But for teams are going to start picking up goals if you want to stay in the league. Bournemouth United. I think United win that one. So I'm going to go 2-1 United. Liverpool Palace, 3-1 Palace to Liverpool. West Ham, Fulham. I genuinely don't think their score affects us at all, so I am just going to speed run that one. And same with this one. I think that's got a draw all over it. Chelsea, Everton. This one is a bit of a tough one to predict. Our literal next game this Saturday. Or Sunday or Monday, this weekend. Personally, I don't know. I haven't been impressed with Chelsea all season. Obviously, the win over United was incredibly good in the moment if you're watching it, but I don't think it just looked like two bad teams and one got a bit luckier than the other. United to throw it away that late is criminal. Chelsea didn't look very good for, a good part of the game. So I think I'd love to say a draw. I'd love to say a draw. I'm gonna go with. Oh, we don't do very well away as well in London. I'm gonna have to put a 1-0 there, just to Chelsea, just because I don't think we do very well in the capital against any of their teams, which against most of their teams, which is unfortunately like 4 of the top teams are from there. So that sucks a little bit for us. Chelsea. I also don't think that Chelsea game, the points depending, I think there are games further down the line that are more must win. I think we could steal something, but I'm just going to put 1-0 to Chelsea because I'm not 100% sure. To be honest, I really don't know if we'll get much there. And I think a little bit of it is blue tinted glasses by me for Everton. So Brighton, Chelsea, I think that's got Brighton winning all over it, which would be quite poetic for Brighton. I'd quite like to see Brighton beat Chelsea, to be honest. A lot of inspiration players, managers from there. I think De Zerbi's linked with a couple of jobs. If Chelsea were to get rid of Pochettino, I have no doubt he'll be linked there very quickly. United, Newcastle, I think that's got. We're just going to put 1-1 for that. Like I said, these top ones, I don't think will affect us that much unless they're playing some of the bottom. So I'll only do the teams at the bottom half that I know are around us. Luton, Brentford, this is a tough one. Ideally for us, sucked in, so there's another team around us and another team that could take that slot. Makes it a bit better then. I'm a little bit worried that could be a Luton win. That's a game that finishes 3-2 either way. Side of the dice, does that fall? That is tough. I'm going to go with 2-1 Brentford. Brentford have enough about them to see Luton off. But there'll be goals, and I don't think it'll be a draw. I think one of those teams wins. I've got a horrible feeling at home Luton have got enough about them to get that win, to be honest. But we'll go 2-1. Sheffield United, Burnley, bottom of the table fight. I think Burnley got to pick up a point there. I've got to pick up a win. Sorry, I think they'll get the 3 there. They've got to pick up a win somewhere, and I think that'll be it. Wolves, Arsenal, we'll just say 2-0 to Arsenal. Apologies for the website, it's slightly laggy. Everton, Forest at home. It's a big game. This is the type of game that like Burnley, if you're not winning these, then you are unfortunately probably going to go down, and you could argue deserving if you don't beat the teams around you there. This is a tough one. It's at home. You'd hope we get a win. Sean Dyche, when he was out of a job, watched enough of Nottingham Forest games. I'd hope he has these well scouted. It's not going to be a high scoring affair, and as long as we can keep Chris Wood quiet, it'll be okay. We do have Tarkowski and Branthwaite, who are big lads, so you'd hope they manage to combat that Chris Wood threat. Got Alanga versus Seamus Coleman. I'm going to go with. I genuinely think we might draw. This is the type of game we draw at home, which does us no favours. But yeah, Bournemouth, Villa. Again, I feel like Villa will have enough about them to keep Bournemouth off. And Palace, West Ham. I can see that being a draw. They're the type that Moyes struggles with. Liverpool, Fulham. I think that could be a 2-1 to Liverpool. If you can't tell, I absolutely hate 0-0 draws. If there's ever, whenever I do these, if there's not something that's abundantly clear, it's that, like an American, I refuse to clearly have a 0-0 draw. I normally put wins, or if it is a draw, it's at least 1-1. Pool, we're going to go with a 2-0 Liverpool win. I think, I think Liverpool by this point 35. Palace Fulham, that I can see that being 1-1. And then we've got United Burnley. I think United win that. Newcastle should beat Sheffield. Wolves Luton. I'd hope Wolves beat Luton, not just because they are obviously below us in the table, but also because they've beat us this season. They're a well-oiled side. Gary O'Neill's a good manager. I think that could be a Wolves win. We'll just go 2-0 for United. I really can't see Burnley getting goals. We'll go 3-0 to Newcastle. I think they've got a couple of injuries by game week 35. I think they might have more personnel back. So we'll put 3-0 here. Wolves, I think, will beat Luton 2-1. Everton, Brentford at home. I would like to think we win this. I know I've just put us and Forest as a draw, but at this point we'll have to start winning some games. So I'm going to go 2-1 to Everton. No, we'll go 2-0. We'll go 2-0. We're not the Everton of last, under Lampard, where we can't keep clean sheets. This is Jordan Pickford's got like 11 clean sheets in the Premier League for a reason. So it might be 12. So, got to back that. Chelsea Villa. I think Villa win that one. That'll be another one where people are like, will he get sacked? Brighton Bournemouth. I think that'll be a 2-1 to Brighton. And then North London Derby. I can see Spurs putting a little bit of a damper on Arsenal's title chase. And Forest City, I'm just hoping that's like a 3-0 win for City at that point in the table. This is a massive game for us. Luton versus us. It's at Kenilworth. They've got 100% win ratio over us this season. Got to get something from this game. I'd love to get a win because it's annoyed me that they've managed to evade us beat us this many times. But God's honest truth, guys, I don't know at Kenilworth. We've got a decent away record. A draw really does us no favours, really. I'm going to go 1-0. I think if they manage to do 3 wins over us this season, then fair play to Luton. But I just hope they're the type of games that we're really not good in, as we've proven. Sugar. I'm doubting this one more than the Forest game. No, we'll go 1-0. We'll go 1-0. You've got to be winning those games at home or away. Arsenal, I think, beat Bournemouth 2-0. Brentford Fulham, I think this is one where Brentford can draw and get some points on the board for them. Brighton Villa, I don't think it matters. I'm going to go 2-all there. I'd love to be in a position where we're doing Villa and Brighton and caring, but no, unfortunately, not in a position. Forest, I think, beat Sheffield United here. I'm going to go 2-1 to Forest. I think Sheffield United, personally, I think might be done. I think they'll probably get a win again before now, the end of the season. But I think in terms of will they get out of the relegation zone? I think they're done, which is famous last words. But no, I think they are. City 2-1 over Wolves. That's one that Chelsea lose. Liverpool, I imagine, will beat Spurs. And United will beat Palace, you'd assume, because they'll be on the top 4 chase. Again, another big game for us. I think the theme doing this actually is Everton play a lot of the teams. Like, I know people are saying it's in our hands now in terms of the hopefully, I mean, there's rumours that we're going to get another one, but hopefully the last deduction for this season in our hands now. But we also play pretty much every team around us. So it is in our hands, and there's another one there. If we want to stay in the Premier League, we've got to be winning these games. I think this has got 1-1 written all over it. We'll go 2-1 to Liverpool there. Sheffield United at home. I think we'll win. I don't know by how many goals. I'm going to put. We were a lot better than them at the start of the season. We were really unlucky to lose that. I'm going to go 2-0. Call it mad optimism, but if by this game, the second to last game, they're gone, they will have nothing to play for other than spite. And I just think we'll win. We should win that if they've got nothing to play for. Still go 2-1 Arsenal. But this is another game I think Arsenal got to be. No, I'm going 2-2. I think that's another big slip for Arsenal. I'll go 1-1. And then Chelsea Forest away at Forest. I'm going to go with a 1-0 Chelsea win. I don't think I've put Chelsea to win any of the games most of their games so far. I think I'm about pumped to beat us. Spurs versus Burnley. Again, Burnley I think might be gone by then, so a bit irrelevant. Hopefully David Moyes can do us a favour here, and I think it'll be like 2-0 to West Ham. Wolves Palace. I can put 1-1 there. Don't forget, guys, this is the last load of fixtures. Then we've got to take 4 points off whatever Forest are on and 8 points off us for whatever we're on. I really hope this is done by then because I think that's 2-0. So I really hope that the league, pardon me, just going to plug my laptop in so it doesn't die on you all. I think the league will be wrapped up by then, top and bottom. Hopefully that's not going to be the game that makes or breaks our season. I think Brentford probably lose that one. Brighton versus United, going to go 1-0 United. Burnley, Nottingham. See, I think Forest win there because potentially Burnley have nothing to play for there, which is a bit of a concern for me. Burnley might just roll over. Chelsea Bournemouth, I'm going to go 1-0 no, I'm going to go 1-1. I think by then Chelsea players will be on holiday. They're not going to get Europe. I think they'll have gone on holiday by then mentally. Go 2-1 there. I think Villa might still have European chases there, so 2-1. Liverpool 2-0. They will have everything to play for still. I'm going to assume it's a bit hard that it doesn't do it with me. Fulham, I see Fulham are another team who will have nothing to play for by this point of the season. Luton, this is quite a tough one. The last day is a tough game. I'm gonna go. There I go, 1-0 Fulham. I think Luton pick up another win somewhere. I'm going to go 1-0 Luton just because I think they'll still have stuff to play for, and the Fulham lads will be safe by then, and they really won't, won't care, but they won't have much reason to really dig deep like Luton players will. So now we're calculating. Let's see what this says. Like I said, guys, we have to take the points deductions off. So 4 and 8. I think this is the table done. Has it been doing it with me the whole time? Whoop. I think it might have been a bit odd because the website's constantly doing something. Yeah, 38 games played, right? So if my predictions are correct, Liverpool will win the league by 1 point. City will lose out by a point, and Arsenal will have dropped off by then. I think personally could be quite fair. I can see Liverpool and City being the two people out there for it. To be honest, no offense to Arsenal, I just think they'll drop off again like they did last year. I mean, regardless, I do have this horrible feeling they'll win because it's just Klopp's last season, but hopefully they don't. Right, so here's our meat and two veg, is what we're here for. So we've got Sheffield United, 17 points, Burnley 22, Luton 28 in that dangerous position. Knock 4 off of Forest. That would put them on 32. So they would still survive at 32, just above the relegation zone. And then take 8 points off of 45 because that's what Everton will have, which leaves us on 37. I might have been a bit biased here to us. 37 puts us above Brentford and Palace, and Nottingham would finish just above the relegation zone, Luton going down. I mean, there were games I'm not too sure if I think we're 100% we win. So if you take like 3 points off, we'd still be on 34, which I think would be enough. It's just whether I've done Luton dirty and they've got a couple of wins left in them, or I've been really gracious to us and give us a couple of wins that we might not get. It is a bit hard to predict the league sometimes, and obviously there could be another potential points deduction to look forward to for us. So I don't know. Don't know if that comes this season. Don't know if by now that'll go into next season, as it's a bit late and the appeal from the one we've just had already comes in. It is interesting though, according to my prediction, if we'd had the original 10-point deduction and just that alone, we'd have survived on my point deductions, on my prediction. But yeah, so Luton would go down with a minus 26 goal difference. Burnley were minus 43 and Sheffield were minus 64. No offence to any Sheffield and Burnley fans, I feel like I have absolutely ruined us there, but Sheffield are on minus 52 as it currently stands. Luton are on minus 20. We've got in real IRL, we've got minus 10. I have us staying at minus 10. Yeah. So there you have it. According to my predictions, we survived relegation a little bit more comfortably than we did last year. This is just my predictions. I'm not Astradamus or that lady with the eyes, that can predict the future. I can't remember what she's called. Somebody said they can't see the table properly. I think that might be because of the picture-in-picture. So I'll slowly, before we leave, do one last. There you go. Should be able to read up until 4th there, if I'm not mistaken. All the way up till 4th. And then from 4th onwards, if you really care, is that. So yeah, tough to predict. Hopefully I'm right. Like I said, I'm not Lady Wagner or whatever her name is, and I'm not Ostradamus. I might have done Luton a bit dirty. I might have done us a bit gracefully. Certainly not a Mystic Meg, but hopefully I'm right, because it would put us well and truly safe. Anyway, that is all we've got time for, though. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope it's maybe filled you with a little bit more clarity. You either sat here and watched it with me and thought, I don't think he's being nice enough to us, or he's, if you're sitting there thinking, I think he should have been nicer to Luton, I think there's a couple of wins there. Take off 6 points and put on 6 points. It'll look a little bit different. But yeah, hopefully this is the table at the end. I'd be really happy if that was. like I said, this hasn't got the points deduction in. So before I go one last time, with the points deductions from this season, it would put Forest just above the relegation zone. We've gone way too far. Just above the relegation zone with 32 points. And it would put us just 2 points clear of them with 34 when it loads. So we would be here. Forest would be here. Luton would still go down. It would just push Palace up, and we'd go between Brentford and Palace. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like the stream, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and leave your thoughts and comments down below. Let me know where you think we'll finish this season. Look forward to reading them. See you soon.